This is Gunnar again. Have you missed me? This was a long time since I've broadcasted last time. I haven't really been that active on Facebook lately, and partly because I've been involved in a project that we're setting up. It was well, as you all know, I have been working with the Satipa Road project for quite some time now, and we wanted to continue doing that this coming month of September. However, it will still be closed during September in Peru, so we're not able to set it up, and I still haven't been able to coordinate with the community. Now, in the meantime, we have had a lot of activity from the tourist guilds and also from the tourist ministry, and so there's been a competition announced called Turismo Emprende, and this particular contest is I was thinking that maybe we could set that up with the Satipa Road project, but since I haven't had any contact with the people there, I thought, well, all right, well, I can't really do anything. I can't present any project. And then about 3 weeks ago or so, I heard that they were going to extend the last date to present a project. So I was thinking, what kind of project could we present here? And I tried intensively to connect with the people at Satipa Road. I actually managed now to get one of the past community president's daughter online. So I'm connected now with the community, but not directly. I still haven't talked to the people in charge there. However, I've had for a long time an idea for a project here in Lima. It would be rather costly because it involves in feeding condors in the Santa Eulalia Canyon. And to do that, there's quite a lot of investments that needs to be done. And I think in a way that I shunned the project because well, first of all, because I didn't have the money to actually do it. And so I would have to raise quite a bit of money to be able to set the whole project up. And secondly, it's rather laborsome. You have to, there's a lot of politics maybe going on with the community and the municipality. And I didn't really know who owned the land where we wanted to put out the feeding station. And, but I have been talking for about a year and a half or 2 years maybe with Carles Santana, who is one of the owners of Photo Logistics in Spain. And they have these hides with mirror glass, very thin mirror glass that doesn't really affect your pictures. And you have perfect view of all kinds of raptors and vultures very close by, and bustards and other sort of sensitive birds that are hard to get close to. And so we were talking, well, we have been talking for the last 2 years, I guess, about setting something up in Peru. But we never really got around to it because, there's always things popping up and you're always busy, right? And since it was quite a cost intensive program to actually do this, to get the mirror glass to Peru and to build the hide and everything, invest time and money into this project, I sort of stayed away from it. I wanted to start, I have a few projects in my head that I want to do, but the easiest one to start with, especially now with the COVID and everything, was the Satipa Road project. However, I since I didn't get any contact with the people in Satipo, I thought, well, maybe we should try to get this project going, because the tourism ministry has this project that they're running, this contest that they're running called Turismo Emprende, extended, and they give away about $30,000 maximum. They have a huge fund of 51,400,000 soles. That's about $14.4 million. So they will be able to fund something around 600 different projects. And it's partly also, this is like the second time they're doing this year. They have extended the amount, and they also extended the terms of how to apply for the money. This is thrown at the very small, the micro and very small companies like my own, that doesn't have, like a huge turnaround, but sort of in the game, and it's specifically for all types of tourism. Now, the Minister of Tourism in Peru has also said that the one thing that he thinks will be activated after COVID-19, or the first thing, rather, or I think it's a she actually. Okay, sorry. That will be activated is actually ecotourism, because the ecotourism is not the thing that goes to places where there's a lot of people gathered in big groups. We're out in the nature, so we're not sort of connecting very close to each other. We can keep the social distancing very, very easily. So the idea here is that we can that we could apply for this project, right? So we have a very good chance if we present a good project to the contest. So I've been working on setting this up together with my staff, when we collected a lot of data. And so I called the community, and it's quite funny the way I actually sort of got in contact with the president of the community, because I had no numbers that I could call. I had a number of the president of the municipality, and I called the municipality. It was always busy. I never got around to talk to the right person. However, one time when I was up in Santa Eulalia Canyon, we met this campesina woman, and she started talking to us. It turns out that, well, she was campesina, which means that she is from the community and she had some animals up there. But it also turns out that she's running a business with several vehicles down in Chosica, and which is further down the valley, just sort of on the main central highway. And this lady is quite known in the community. And so we interchanged phone numbers. I got her phone number, and I've been trying to call her before when I was been thinking about this project, but I never actually got around to talking to her. And so about 10 days ago, I called her up again, and this time she answered the phone. And so I talked to her, and she said, well, this is a great idea. I like it very much. And so we should talk to, let me pass this on to another guy. So I talked to a guy called Don Thomas, and he put me in charge to the agent of the municipality, who connected me with the president of the community of Huachopampa, where the project will be run. So very sort of suddenly, all of a sudden, me and a friend of mine, we went up to Huachopampa in spite of that the road is closed because of COVID-19. But we got a free pass from the president of the community. And so we went up to visit. It turns out that the community has not had a single COVID-19 case at all. And we were well received only by Mr. Lopez himself, the president of the community. And he took us up to a place where we could start a hike into the mountains where we could see condors really well. And so we got to a archaeological site called Puncayan, and it is a pre-Incan site around, well, more or less from the Wari culture, which was around 1200 until the arrival of the Incas in the 1400s. So, and we went on a hike there, and we saw condors at very, very close range, right? We also identified the spots where we will put our hide together with photo logistics if we get the money. And like the last minute, 1 hour before the deadline, I presented the project, and we had sort of calculated, I think we were on the top limit to get 100,000 soles. We actually applied for 999,999 soles. So it's like 1 sol missing for being 100,000. And so we put this whole project together, made the budget, everything. We presented it in time. And I also made a little video, and I really, really would like you to see that video right now or right after this. If you look at, if you see the title to this talk, is called Turismo Emprende. I'll just add Condor to that and search search YouTube, and you will find a video there. My presentation is in Spanish, but there is also English subtitles that you can activate, and you will see some amazing footage that we did of condors this one day, last Monday. And it's only, we made a footage with our iPhones, with our cell phones. It's pretty amazing. They were so close. And I think this is going to be a fantastic project. And if we get the funding for it, it will be in no time. And it will not only be directed to the serious bird watchers or the bird photographers. The bird photographers will obviously have a fantastic resource here with the hide, with the glass windows and so forth. And we getting help and a lot of know-how from Carles Santana, who is actually coming here to Lima to set up the hide together with us if we get the funding. But it's a great little project. I'm sure you're going to love it. And it will also be very, very important to activate people here in Lima. Lima, after all, is a town with 10 million people. And even though there's a lot of people that don't have money to be able to afford a trip to go outside of Lima, there will still be several people that can afford to go on a weekend trip. And so we hope to set this up very, very close with the first groups of Peruvians going up there. And even if the area is sort of semi-closed right now, I've already talked to the community and sort of said that we can deposit an entrance fee directly to the community, and we just pass straight through. We don't have to deal with anyone there. We will not bring them COVID-19, and they will not give COVID-19 to us either. So there's very, very tight social distancing security measures built into this system. So hopefully next Saturday we have planned to do a trip. And I already, even without sort of announcing it this widely, I already have a few people signed up. And so what we're going to do here, and this is probably like a modus operandi that one can do also for birding trips if people are not feeling sort of safe in going with a group. So here's an idea. What we can do is like a carpooling thing, right? So everyone drives their own cars, and we'll do stops along the way. We could go like three small cars. We have space for, say, 3 to 4 people within our smaller vehicle, like our van, like our smaller van. If we get a larger vehicle, maybe we can get groups up to, say, 8. That could work as well. But there is always a possibility to do like a self-drive thing that we go with several vehicles, and that could be pretty much immediately after the borders open up. And there's something that I'm going to test also with the Peruvians that I'm presenting these trips to. So hopefully that, hopefully that will work. So fingers crossed. We're holding our thumbs in Sweden, but fingers crossed. And by the end of October, we will know if we get the money or not. Regardless, I think this is a fantastic project. Now then I sort of calculated on the potential, calculated on the costs. It's something that I should definitely invest in once this thing is over. Even if we don't have the money, I will see, if we can get the money somewhere else. But if we get the funding, well, that is money for free. It's about $30,000, and we can put the project together. And it will also pay sort of part of the wages to my staff, maybe 40-50% of the wages. So we can get going from November and sort of survive for 6 months. The project runs for 6 months, so we have funding for 6 months straight. So yeah, that would be great. All right, a few other items here on my my little schedule for tonight. I've if you remember in the last vlog that I did, I was mentioning the Hummingbirds World Cup. Well, we came now to Group D, which included the Juan Fernandez Fire Crown, the Ruby Topaz Hummingbird, and the Velvet Purple Coronet, that is like on the Choco side of Colombia and Ecuador. And there was also the Chilean Woodstar. So really tough group. There's a lot of sort of favorite groups there. The Chilean Woodstar and the Juan Fernandez Fire Crown, they're all threatened birds. The Fire Crown is critical, and the Woodstar is endangered, and the other two are just plain beautiful. And so the that group ended yesterday, and it turned out the Juan Fernandez Hummingbird was in the first place with, I think there were 29 votes. And in shared second place was the Coronet and the Ruby Topaz. So we have to make a shootout. And that is happening right now on the Hummingbirds, 363 Hummingbirds Facebook group. So if you want to go in there and vote for which one should actually get second place in Group D, and then we can continue with the Hummingbird World Cup after this is done. It's a 24-hour contest. It's been on now since this morning, so there's about another 12 hours to go. If you miss this, well, you can always look forward to Group B that will be presented tomorrow. So we still have a few groups to go before we starting playoffs. A lot of fun with these sort of polls and silly games that we can do on Facebook in lack of proper birding. Anyway, today I have been out birding. I went with Juan Litziola, who was also the guy that helped me out last Monday going up to Santa Eulalia Canyon, up to Huachopampa and see the condors there. And we went to his neighborhood and to do some bird watching there. And I did a free guiding to some of his neighbors. So he posted a event on the Facebook group for the local area where he lives. And we had 4 people showing up, plus Juan himself and myself. And we've been watching birds pretty much all day. Well, no, not all day. We watched our birds for about an hour and a half in the morning. So we spent most of the morning there watching birds. And there were people who haven't actually been bird watching before. So very, very rewarding. And so Next week, I will start again with my free birding guiding in the parks in Lima. And the idea is to try to get a large amount of people into the funnel. Like, that's what they say in marketing words. You want to get a funneling in the people. So you offer something that is sort of wide, and many people may like that. And then you sort of funnel in, they get to know you, and you collect their emails, you sign them up to eBird, etc. You give them all the tools they need, show them which groups they should join in on Facebook, etc. So we've been presenting eBird and Merlin to these new people. And obviously we will send out a little newsletter also when we have some trips going out. So it's a way to give to receive. So you give something and you receive something back, hopefully. We'll see how it works out. But as for now, no commercial tours here in Peru. So we need to find out new ways of attracting people to go out birding. Okay, so if I'm not finding the words that well tonight, it's because I had my first beer in 5 weeks. I've stayed away from alcohol for an amazing 5 weeks since my birthday. I have not had a single drop of alcohol since my birthday on July 25th. So, so why am I starting again? Well, I can tell you, I wouldn't call myself an alcoholic, but I definitely have the gene. I think I have a very, very strong sense of what is that? The word dependence or like an addiction to alcohol. Not that it's overboard and not that it's not controllable. As I just showed, I can stay away from it if I really want to. But I see myself at the supermarket. I don't know if this happens to you. You tell me, okay? Is this a sign of being an alcoholic, or is this just normal? So every time I go to the supermarket, I will always check out the beer section and the wine section. And this may not seem like a big deal, right? But if you're off the alcohol and you're supposed to stay off the alcohol, why the hell do you do that? I will do it even if I'm off. I will always do that, like every time I go to the supermarket, and I go to the supermarket every day. And if there all of a sudden would be like some very inexpensive offer, there hasn't been one yet, but maybe I fall for that. So I don't know what it is. But anyway, so I stayed away from alcohol for 5 weeks. And why am I starting again? Well, tomorrow is actually 25 years since I met my wife. So we're celebrating our 25 years together tomorrow. So we are going to ingest some alcohol. And I'll have a drink for that. Cheers, everyone. But yeah, so, but here's the thing. So now we're coming to the next part of this live session. What about COVID-19? What about the regulations in Peru? Well, it turns out tomorrow is a Sunday, and they're still going on with the total curfew on Sundays in Peru. We are not allowed to go out. Everything will be closed. So we cannot celebrate like the way we wanted to our 25th anniversary. So we decided we are going to postpone that until Monday. So on Monday, we're going to have our big celebration, and we're going to have the kids taken care of, and we'll have a full day doing silly stuff together. We may actually go birding, because when we met a couple of weeks later, I actually took my wife to go birding at Lurin, which is a little bit further south from Pantanos de Villa, and they call it the sound. Is it the San Pedro fields, and it was like a site where you were supposed to be able to see least sea snipe and Peruvian thickney. I never seen either right there, but nevertheless, um, but there's a good wetland there, so maybe we'll see some birds. So we are definitely going to do some birding together on that on our anniversary day. So anyway, a little bit more about the COVID-19 updates. So what happened now was that we've had restrictions now from August 1 to August 31st. So what was going to happen after that on September 1? Another month. Same thing. Nothing changed. And so this means that there will be no flights in September. And I mean, no international flights. And it's very, very, very doubtful that international flights will start in September. In October, because this will run all the month of September. And there are many areas that are still under much more strict regulations than we are here in Lima. So that means that it's very limited. Even if you would be able to get to Lima, it will be very hard to get around in many areas. There's many areas in Cusco that are shut down. There are areas in Arequipa that are shut down. You can get to Chiclayo, but there are also like the whole area of Amazonas and San Martin are also shut down. So it will be just horribly, to try to travel in October. At least that's my prognosis. It may change. So when are we going to be able to travel in Peru? Well, maybe November, maybe December. We'll see. But talking about further on, I have a few people that are actually wanting to go do some photography, some bird photography in northern Peru in January. So if you are interested in taking a Peru tour in January, hopefully by then it should be open. The country should be open. And so a little bit of the good news is that, for instance, Ecuador, our northern neighbor, they've opened up already. So you are able to fly to Ecuador if you would want to do that. And anyone coming to Peru also could fly via Ecuador in the future when they open up the international travel. It has been sort of put forward that we could start with the more sort of internal flights within South America. So it's likely that we get flights from Quito, Ecuador, before we get any flights from, say, Miami or London or Madrid, right? So that's something to take into account as well. Now, if Carles, who is going to help us build this hide, well, he's going to come to Peru also to set the whole thing up with us. And if we start getting the money in November, it will still take about 6 weeks for us to get the glass to build the hides. So we have sort of scheduled that for January. And then the hide will be ready to start actually photographing condors. Meanwhile, we will be putting out any animals that we find dead. The community has promised to help us out with that. We will pay them a little bit of money to transfer the dead animals to the one site where we will build the hide. So we want to make the condors accustomed to coming to this one site every once and so often. They will know to check out this particular site. Well, that is all explained in the video as well. So and we may also do some tries with hides that are portable before we're actually putting out the stationary hides there. The stationary hides will be obviously much closer range, but we hopefully we'll be able to also try with some portable hikes before that. It will be a little bit more tricky to pinpoint that they will be coming down sort of the same morning as we put out the carcass, or some intestines or whatever we will feed them with. But eventually, I think if they learn to check out the site on a daily manner, then it will be easy to get them to come down. And the hike is just fantastic. The hike is just amazing. People who doesn't want really to do photography from a hide, they should they think about doing the hike, because it is one of the most amazing experience I've had. You will see there on the video when you check it out. So anyway, that was pretty much it for today. I've gone through all the 4 points that I've had. Go ahead now, check out YouTube, the video, Peru, no, it's called Turismo Emprende, and then just put in the word Condor, and you will be able to find this video. And you have English subtitles that you can activate in case you do not speak Spanish. So, have a great night. I see you here next time. Bye.